What's up? My name is Devin Robinson. Welcome to Fund Flow. I'm so excited that you are here and so grateful you're here. I'm excited for you to take your capital raising to the next level. In a day and age right now where you can go much further faster with the right piece of software or the right tool, I'm excited that Fund Flow is that tool for you to be able to make sure that you can do that. Now, I'm going to walk through pretty much the whole entire platform right now. If you want to watch them individually, like videos on specific features individually, definitely check out our knowledge base down below. You can, we would love to hear from you. We want to build alongside of you and build a product that you absolutely want to use every single day, and that will help you the most. So make sure that you guys check down in there. There's a little feedback button down there. Give us your ideas, give us your feedback, help us to make this the best product on the market, period, and you will be the reason why. So let's go ahead and dive into Fund Flow and see exactly how it's gonna help you, and then we're gonna go through each part of it. All right, if we're looking right here, this is gonna be your dashboard. Now, the great thing is you have full autonomy over what you want on your dashboard. All you do is come over here to the Customize button, and we have pre-structured things for you. If you wanna look at the executive summary of everything that's going on, if you want it to be action-focused, we're going to continue to add ones in here. And if you find ones that you absolutely love, take a screenshot, send it to us. We'd love to make it a preset. But you can kind of do whatever you want and then save the preset once you have it. You can add or take away things. For instance, if you don't want tasks, you can take those away or bring them here. You can see them in full or see the mini version or a numeric version, which is nice. So you have full autonomy over what you want to see here. One of my favorite ones to make sure that you always have in here is going to be, what is this? Portfolio metrics. Yeah, we're going to make sure that that is at the top. So you have that here. I also, if you're like me, love to know what my cash conversion cycle is when I start reaching out to somebody to when they commit capital with me. That's a great one there as well. And then even just kind of like the capital allocation pipeline, to be able to see these things are great. The funnels, all that stuff. We like to make sure that you can customize it exactly how you want. If you have a deal you're trying to keep track of, or if you have goals, make sure that you have those on here. Or if you want to keep track of your loans, important as well. So this is cool. You can be able to customize it, move it around however you want. So for instance, if you want this one to go up here and change the size of that, then you could totally do that so that you can get everything to fit exactly where you want it. And then if you want to reset it, just bring it back up here to reset. So very simple there. Click on done. If you want to create something new contact, new deal, we just like to make it really easy from up here, but I'm going to go through each of them individually for you. Okay, right in here, we have our tasks. So you can always have your task. You can add new task, change the priority, pick the date, link it to specific deals or loans so that you know exactly what that is for. We have your AI down here. This is going to be Flow, and this is where Flow lives. Eventually, right here, Flow is going to suggest these things for you. We're getting very close to being there. Excited for that time. But this is where your tasks are going to live. Of course, you have your active or completed tasks, and then you can change up how you want to see what columns, different things like that, and even export your tasks. Contacts, this is really exciting. Contacts are going to be right here, and you can view them in different types of ways. I love the Kanban view because it allows me to go through and see exactly where they are, new lead, qualified, nurtured, anything like that. Or you can have different parts where you can see what stage they're in right in here. And you also have a list view just to make it easy. You can also customize the different rows that you see. It could be compact, right? You want it to be a little bit smaller or you want to be a little bit bigger. And you can show and hide different things. So if I want to know what their phone number is, I want to add that in there. That is going to be right there. Let's go ahead and add a contact. This is going to be one of the first things you do. Add a contact here. So let's go ahead and just make an example right here. Whatever email you use here, it's going to keep that in there. And we're going to check to see if they're already in the platform. So let's see if I'm already in here. Nope. And then also one of the cool things about this is going to be able to help you you're going to be able to pull from social media. You want to make sure a lot of this content is correct or this information is correct because it's going to pull from a bunch of different things. So we'll enrich this data for you. That's going to be one of the next big updates that we have is to enrich all the data for you. So then LinkedIn URL, let's see, Devin. Oh, so let's go here. Perfect. When you add that stuff in here, you can change like how you found this. This is friends and family, the pipeline. This is going to be a new lead. They're going to be a potential investor, pipeline stage. I already did that one. And then if they're going to be on a list, you can create different lists. So they get all the updates, potential investment. They might be 100K on the potential investment. And if they've soft committed already, you can put that right here. But if not, then they don't have to. And then you can add tags. So you could search tags, add tags. If I know that this is a hot lead, high net worth, then I'll be able to sort those later. And when they get tagged certain things, then they are in these certain automations. So continue from there. And then also, this is where it gets really important. This is extremely important. This is their preferences. You want to fill out the preferences because this is how we smart match to your deals, which is a really freaking cool thing. So let's say we go, this person's okay with being on acquisition and rehabs. They mostly want to be in residential, or they like, and they kind of like multifamily, don't care for commercial. They like equity based, and they're okay with being in first position or second position. And then we have here, what's their maximum investment? And the reason why you would have this is if they go, you know what, I've got up to 300K that I can invest, but really to start out, let's go ahead and go with 75K. So then we have a preferred investment, maximum investment. Geography, we know that they like to invest in the Southeast. So it's going to bring up all those states that if you get a deal in one of those states, it will smart match them to being preferred in that state. You can leave cities if you've got states on there, or you can just go to states because you know that they want to be around Charlotte. They love Charlotte. So we can add that city. Timeline, important, because we want to know, is their money available now, or is their money going to be available in the next 90 days because they need to liquidate an asset? Or what's their hold period? 6 months to a year, they're okay with being on a flip. This is going to be more of that flip period. Or are they okay with longer, 1, 2 to 5 years, multifamily, those type of things? And then their risk tolerance. What is their risk tolerance? The risk tolerance is probably, moderate, conservative. And then what's their experience? This is a new investor. Now, minimum IRR, they at least want 8%, but they would like somewhere around 12. And typically if we're going to do something with them, let's say we're kind of putting in their preferences for loans, we know that we typically do one origination point with them if we're going to do a private loan. Communication frequency is important because as Flow gets smarter, as it goes through and they're on deals with you, if you say that they want weekly emails or texts, Flow's going to say, hey, this person wants a weekly email or a text. We went ahead and put together this email based on the deal that they're on. Do you want us to send it? So it's going to notify you weekly or monthly, depending on when that person you think they want to be updated. Now let's go ahead and dive in. So I did all that stuff with Devin. We got Devin here. Devin, right? So you can come in here and you can add notes. You could see any of the deals that I'm on or Devin is on. Let's actually go ahead and I want to show you somebody who's actually invested onto a deal. So for instance, Harambe the gorilla. Harambe, right? There's some information up here. And then as you enrich this data, it'll put in more information up here. These notes, gone but never forgotten, RIP, still making investments from the beyond. You can add notes. These notes actually are going to go in and be assessed as we're smart matching people to your deals. So put some relevant notes, put some things that you think they'd be interested in. And then even as it enriches them, it's going to put notes like based on what it says on the internet about them or whatever, those notes are going to be in there. If you have meetings, you can schedule meetings with them, which is great. And then it shows all the deals that they're on. These are the private loans that they have with them, which are typically attached to these deals. Now, a little bit important here, profile, right? This is the information that we put in. You can put sensitive information in here. Let's say they're filling out docs with you. They have that sensitive information right in here stored for them. And then your personal information, if they've got any relationships, this is great for you. If you want to keep track, birthdays, different things like that, Flow will actually say, hey, this person's birthday is coming up. You may want to wish them a happy birthday. Hey, this person's anniversary is coming up. You may want to send them something. Do they have any hobbies? Do they like any sports? Do they play pickleball? Maybe. And so then you go there. And then if they have any wire instructions, you'd probably want to put that right in here so that they have that. Now, this is where their preferences are. You can see that Harambe is very active in a lot of different areas. So there we've got that. And he's very open to a bunch of different things. And if there's documents, you can actually create documents, request documents from them. So if you say, hey, we need your W-9, we need your AML certification, we need your accredited investors questionnaire, you can send that to them and it will show up on their investor portal, which is nice. But also, if you want to create a document, we can say, okay, this person needs a 1099 or an accreditation. Then we go, all right, let's go ahead, fill that out. And then we'll get into documents later, but I'm essentially creating a document right now for them that then it will get sent to them for them to sign. So no more need for DocuSign, all that stuff. You can see here, all that is filled out right here and it changes. So like 123 Main Street, that's going to change, right? So the address right here, it's going to say 123 Main Street right in there. And then all that stuff is going to be right in here. So it makes it very simple for them to be able to sign it or do whatever they need. Very easy. Okay, now contacts. So let's say we go to Harambe, we can go to Gordon Ramsay, we can go to anybody here. Let's say we go to Kanye, right? So Kanye up in here, we can have different communication. So one of the things that you are going to want to do, connect your email address. When you do that, it's going to connect you to a prompt that says, hey, are you sure you want to trust these people? Because it's a software and it's a newer software. Just because we're newer, it's got a different flag on there. You just say, yes, everything's good. You'll see that it's the support@fundflowos.com account. You put that in there and then you'll be connected in here to be able to send emails. And then we're working on SMS as well as WhatsApp. That's going to be in here very soon. But once you do that, you can then start sending out emails. So for instance, here's a loan. With Kanye, I want to give him a loan confirmation. All I do is hit the type of email I want. And then I'm going to go Kanye. I know Kanye is on these two ones. Boom. It's going to actually pre-fill all that information for me, which is great. And we can go ahead and see that information right down in here, which we're not seeing right now, but you will be able to see that. And then you can just go ahead and send that. Very, very easy, very simple. You also have the ability to invite the investor into their portal. So let's go ahead really quickly and look at what the investor portal looks like. So let's jump on over to the investor portal. So the investor portal, very simple here. It's going to be cool. Your investor, once they get in here, they're going to be able to see all this stuff. They're going to see the portfolio value that they have with you, what's been their return rate since joining with you, what's the expected return on their money, the deals that they're a part of, and then some even opportunities that you have. So I'll show you if they have a document right here. Hey, here's a new investor opportunity that fits your preferences, or here's some documents that you signed. They can see that from in here. This is where their investments are. They can see what's going on. And what's very, very, very cool is as you make updates, it will show up in here. So you can actually make updates on your deal that I will show you. And that's going to actually show up and post in here onto their dashboard. So they can actually just come in here and see what's been going on with the property. What's going, like what in the world? And then what ends up happening is you can send the email and it's going to grab all of this information. Here is the deal. They see exactly the deal that they're on, the details, everything, how much they've made on it, when they've gotten payments, everything, and then the documents that they are attached to on that one, they can see that as well. What's cool is the opportunities as well. They can see the different opportunities. This is so freaking cool. They can see all the opportunities that you have that are public to them and then how well they match their preferences. For instance, this is a 72% match. They may be really, really interested in investing in this one because it matches specifically to their preferences that they have put in here, which they can come in here and adjust as well. So when they go into their profile, they put their info and they can adjust their preferences, which will automatically adjust for you. And then that will update you because you don't know. They may be interested in other locations. They may be ready to put more money in. They can come in, adjust their preferences on how they want to be communicated with, all that stuff. Very, very easy. They can also see all their communication with you. Connect to reply. They can reply from straight in here. Their documents are going to be in here. If they need to sign something, that's going to be in here as well. And then also some of the analytics, which just means how has their performance been based on their time with you. So it's been, here's how many loans it's been, here's how many deals we've done, here's how much money we've made, and then here are the notifications. So the investor portal is awesome. They could be able to see all of that stuff. Now back to your account. So as we get through here and we show your account here, one of the things that you can do here is now we're going to go over to deals. As we create new deals, you can see where all of your deals are. This is so cool. It's so funny because like, I don't even know this. I'll jump in sometimes and see new things. This just came out. This is so freaking cool. But you can see where your deals are. If you're doing deals all over the country, you can see kind of like a map view where they are, which is really awesome. And then here you could see which ones have been fully funded. Those two, which ones are almost funded, closing soon, which ones are in high risk locations or have some sort of risk to them. But you can also change the view of that as well. So this is really nice to be able to do. And then you can still filter those as well through here. So let's turn off all of those filters. Now, as we jump into a loan, and of course you could create your deals. So let's go through this deal and we're going to go test deal 1. This is going to be a residential. We created the deal. The deal is actually just created. Either it's under contract. So if it's under contract, then you know that you're in that in-between phase, right? So like, okay, it's under contract. Now we're getting ready to close. We just got it under contract. or we're in our due diligence, or we're raising capital. This helps your investors to know what part of the phase that it's in and what it's for. And so that's really nice. You can have your target amount here. This is how much are you looking to raise? You may just be looking to raise 50K as a second position, or you're looking to raise 500K for the whole deal. Purchase price is going to be, let's say the purchase price on this is going to be 425, and then the renovation budget is going to be it's going to be probably like what, 65,000, and then closing costs are going to be the rest. And then after repair value is going to be on something like this, maybe 625. And then the projected IRR on this one, you could say, hey, we think that you're going to make around 12% on this one. Minimum investment. This is going to depend. If you want to be SEC compliant, you really only have 2 people. Most likely they're going to be on a deal with you. You're either going to have the person that's going to cover the first position and do all of it, or they're going to have somebody in first position and second position on it. And so then you're going to say, hey, we're actually going to need somebody to come in second position, which will probably be 20% of this, which the 20% of that is going to be, I'm going to need somebody to come in at 100K at 100K to cover the 20% of the 500K. So that's going to be the minimum. The address on this one is going to be 123 Main Street, Queens, New York. It's going to fill out all that information already. You can add the parcel. You don't have to. And then we're going to talk about what's the type. Is it cash? Is it exit? So you're buying this cash, or are you leveraging with hard money? Are you selling it, or are you refinancing it? Here's important. What's the target purchase date? So let's say 2/1/2026. And then if you go, hey, we think we're going to hold this for 8 months, it's going to automatically calculate the close date for you, which is great. Big thing here, visibility. Is it private? So is it only seen to you? So you actually don't want it to go into the opportunities tab. Is it visible, which means it goes there? Or is it going to be public, which means it's going to be in our marketplace? And we haven't launched the marketplace yet, but the marketplace is going to be where we're going to have a ton of other private lenders and investors in the marketplace so that they can see your deals. And if they smart match, then they may be able to reach out to you and say, hey, I would love to invest into your deal. Let's chat about this. So we have a public marketplace coming to soon that is going to be very, very cool. So some of the things that you can, so this is what it looks like inside of your deals. When you come in here, you can see the property type, the investment terms, which here is, hey, minimum investment of 100K, average investment on this deal, since this looks like this is more probably like a syndication, average investment has been 800,000, projected IRR here. You can put the description, and what's cool is there are internal descriptions, external descriptions. So let me come up here and edit this deal. As we edit the deal, you'll see the description right here. The external notes is what people are going to see when they look at this. They're going to say, hey, oh, the final permits are being approved. This is going to be on the opportunity and in their dashboard. Internal notes, you and your team. So that's where this is going to live, right in here. Here's all the information that we input earlier. Now, this is where your investors are. You could see exactly the investors that are on here. You can manage them, and you can say, well, Bob also is going to join here. Now, Bob is going to join. You can also create a loan for Bob straight from in here. So now I'm creating a loan just for Bob. So I've got Bob. Bob is going to be on this Brooklyn, New York deal right in here. Oh, he must be already on this. He's not going to be on a deal that he can't be on already. Loan type, property, business, personal, because he might have a personal or be giving me a business loan. And then we're going to talk about, okay, what's the loan like? Is this fully amortized? So is this going through that whole process, or is this going to be an interest only, which a lot of us are familiar with, interest only loans? How often is it going to be paid? Is it going to be paid at closing, or is it going to be paid monthly, quarterly, annually? And then is it going to accrue daily or monthly? Typically that's going to be monthly. The principal amount of this loan is going to be 150K, but it says, hey, the minimum amount for this deal is 250. So can't be that, which is great. Interest rate is, does he have a specific interest rate that's different? His minimum, you can see his minimum is 15, but he really wants to target 25. Man, that's expensive money. And if you put 8 here, you can say that because he's agreed to 8. How many origination points? You just see all that stuff adds up. So then you can come in here and say, hey, man, you can actually take a screenshot of this, send this out, and soon we're going to have like reports that show this. How much are you going to make on this deal? And if it's a flat origination fee, right here, you can also put that. So it's like, hey, he actually prefers a flat origination fee. I'm going to fix that. But you can also have it so that he puts a flat you can choose a flat origination fee, or just how much is that going to be right here. So you could choose the two. Origination date, all that stuff, and then you can review the loan. Does it look good? And then if selected, this will schedule periodic payments because you can auto pay straight through the platform. We are working on this. We're very close to this. And hopefully by the time you watch this, we have this. Okay. Now, What's great about that, you can see this, you can kind of run through that. Now, here's what's cool. The smart matching feature is amazing. So here you can see all of the people that smart match to your deal based on their preferences. This is why preferences are so important. You can see here that all these people have preferences of, oh, hey, look, this person, Gordon Ramsay, matches 68% to this because they love monthly. This fits within their target. They're comfortable with moderate risk. Now, they would prefer to be between 75,000 versus the 100,000, but it's not too far off. And then, but this needs more, they need more notice on this one. So this may not work because they need more notice. So this is a really good way to be like, because like a lot of times I'll forget, oh my gosh, who's this investor I spoke to? This was what they wanted. This were their preferences, and completely forgot about them. And this helps me to remember those people that I always forget about. You can add updates onto those deals specifically if you want to. Any documents are going to be right in here. And then you can also send out emails to the people on this deal by either coming in and writing the email or designing the full email, all that stuff. Very easy. And you can send it straight to those people. What's cool is you can also share this deal publicly. Now, it was private, but now it's public, and I can go in here now and I can share this deal, and this deal is going to have a page for people that I meet at an event or anything like that. They now can come and take a look at this deal, and they can come in and create an account and commit capital to this deal. So now you can share this publicly if you are, and to make sure it's compliant, if it's a fund, 506C, you can share this publicly. 506B, probably not. Probably won't want to do that. Now, when it comes to your loans right in here, very simple. You're going to create a loan. As you create a loan, it's going to show up right in here. And I think I created one earlier so you can see that. And this is what it's going to look like. You got to gauge on how much of that loan is being repaid, how many payments have gone out, what's that payment history. You can record a payment or you can enable auto pay here. And then this is where your documents for that loan is going to be held. Your meetings are cool. Now, meetings are going to take a little bit. So one of the things that you have to do is set up an account with iCal. It's not, or not iCal, Cal app or something, cal.i something. I'll show you exactly how to do it in another video, but you do have to set up the Cal app. It takes 2 minutes, but then you don't need Calendly. It's free. You don't have to worry about that. It is going to take you like 2 minutes to set it up, but then you don't ever have to pay for a calendar app. It's going to be right in here. Super simple. You could just send the links and schedule the meetings in here. Communication is awesome. This is where you're going to connect your email address. You can be able to send emails through here. So if you want to send an email to a specific person about a specific thing, you can just say that, right? I want to send this email to Kanye, or you can send it to specific people about a follow-up, a meeting follow-up, and it's going to show you exactly what that looks like down in here, and you're going to be able to see that there. We have a ton of templates for you already based on whatever you think you could want. We've got a bunch of different templates in here for you to be able to use. And then you can also segment some of your users based on some of their tags, some of the deals that they have, the different things that they want out of their deals, the different locations that they're interested in. You can segment all of them. Automations is fun. Automations is a lot like the Go High level workflows that you guys have seen. As you come in here and you click on some of these, you see that you can set up a trigger. When this person puts in a new deal, we send them an email or this or that. And then you can also see some of the runs. Now, I'm just kind of running through this. I will go much more in depth into all of this stuff later. Pitch decks are fantastic. If you've got the plan with pitch decks, it's awesome. It's not just random pitch decks. It creates really beautiful pitch decks, and it takes the information from your deals, from your company, and then it contextualizes and creates awesome pitch decks with different themes, different things in here, and it is very cool. It's not just like a basic pitch deck. Although this one is a little bit more basic, you can choose a lot more designed themes. And then you can also just edit this. So this is not something that it's one and done and you can't ever do anything with it. Nope, you can edit this however you want. And it makes it really awesome. And then you can save it. And then now you have that for good. Landing pages, really cool. When you create new landing pages, you can create them for your deals. You can create them for lead managing. You could do all that stuff. I will dive into landing pages a little bit later, but the AI is going to create a really cool landing page for you, give you the theme, give you different ideas, give you all that stuff so you can make sure that you are creating fantastic landing pages. And so you have deal promotion, lead capture, webinars, accredited funnels, start from scratch, or brand awareness. And then documents. This is actually going to be pretty cool. You can either store documents in here or you essentially can replace DocuSign. So you can see here that this deal right here, we're sending out for signature. You can see that Alice should be in there for Alice to go ahead and sign. You sign it as well. And then you could have this to be able to to be able to store once it's signed. So completely eliminates the need for DocuSign. And we've got a ton of different templates in here for you to be able to use. Very cool. All you do is fill out some of the information and then it puts it in there. So as you can see, we've got 21 templates: lien payoff, deed of trust, loan payments, promissory notes, all that stuff, capital call notice, K1 cover letter, everything is in here for you to be able to use. And then your reports. So you always have your reports to be able to see how are your people coming in, where are more your people at, what's the lead source, how are your loans doing, are you, what are the statistics like on those? Very, very cool. And then you can adjust your stats and your passwords and usernames and all of that stuff in here. One of the cool things that I always suggest is to, yes, turn this on. You want Flow to get smarter, so that Flow then helps you to be able to send out better emails, to be able to automate that process, to make sure that you don't have to worry about doing it. It reminds you and it raises capital on autopilot. Oh, and here is the opencal.com where you will go ahead. You do have to create an account for cal.com. And then once you connect that, it's absolutely free. You connect that, and then now it connects to your calendars, and it is awesome because doesn't cost $1, and you can be able to use this however you'd like. So now I hope that's been helpful for you. I am so excited for you to dive in, play around. It's a lot. If you have not uploaded your information in here for us to be able to go ahead and migrate all of your data for you, you can do it in the software in the contact section. There is an area to do that. But if you want to do your contacts, your deals, and your loans, make sure that you send that on over to us. You can send that to support@fundflowos.com. Again, support@fundflowos.com. And we will go ahead and upload all of your deals for you, get that migrated over, and then make sure if you have the free version, that you join one of the group sessions, the group onboarding sessions, or if you have a paid version, make sure you sign up for the one-on-one onboarding. I will be there. One of my team members will be there to be able to make sure that we can onboard you, get you going quickly and raising capital fast. So I appreciate you. I'm thankful that you are here. I'm excited for this journey for you. And as I always like to say, to great success and greater impact. Peace.